Hey there, so my name is Alvin, and today, let me just rearrange my microphone. I'm so professional. Um, there we go. So, right now, we're painting a Brother Captain of the Grey Knights. This is my own sort of like character, because I do a lot of narrative campaigns, and it's nice to have your own characters that you can get attached to. So, right now, I'm breaking out the Rhinox hide, like I said in the last painting video. I've misplaced me Mornfang Brown, so I'm using different pigments of brown to be the base layer of Roby-1 Kenobi and all the other bits that require cloth, like say the Purity Seals. I coat them in brown as well, and yeah, it's and as you just spotted there, the fucking my awesome gluing skills failed me once again. But it actually, I ran out of glue when I was assembling this model, so I sort of jerry-rigged it with some liquid green stuff. As you can see around the hand, I basically had this little little trick where I put liquid green stuff on both bits that I wanted to glue, and then I'd glue the liquid green stuff together, and it sort of worked, but I couldn't like properly handle it like I was there. So now I'm just painting the long-ass Purity Seal that's around his halberd. And yeah, it's... all of this is Rhinox hide. And as you can see, I've primed it in lead belcher. Was going to make the joke that, oh, this is how you paint a any Grey Knights unit ever, and just plonk the can of lead belcher on the fucking desk in front of the camera, but that's not the case. So as you can see, I'm wiping out my brush, and it seems I'm cracking out yes, these things I bought on eBay. I can't remember it now, but I'll put a link to them in the description. And they sell these nifty little stencil things for your thing, 'cause I'm awful at freehanding. And right here, I decided I might try and stick it on what the shield that's on the pauldron of the Grey Knight, and spoiler alert, it doesn't work out. And you see, I'm breaking out the corn red because that's my favourite colour. So I'm pottering along here. I thought, right, I'll see if this works, and if not, I've just painted. Spoiler, it doesn't fucking work. So I decided, fuck it, I'll just paint the seal part of the Purity Seals and a couple on there, and then I decided to fill in the awful bits on the shield, and then I decide, fuck it, this is Brother Captain Vendrick from my fluff, so he's gonna have some identifying features. So the red leg guard and another hip guard, I think. I don't know what the bits above, like on the waistline is, but I painted a couple of bits red, just to make him mine, because I like personalising my miniatures. So there we go. That's the red leg guard and the waistline. One of the waistline guards painted red, and yeah, I'm just cleaning my brush, trying to figure out which brush I wanted to use next. And I get more fucking, Jesus Christ, how much fucking corn red am I using? I'm doing a bit of cleanup, and yeah, there we go. That's the red bits all sorted, as you can see. Looks so fucking awful. That's the pallid witch flesh that I've just cracked out, and warning, I do faff on immense amount here, because for some reason it just wouldn't be plain pallid witch flesh. It'll be tinted with corn red as well, which, you know, they take a bit of time, but fuck it, you know, it's a learning experience. And as you can see there, it's actually quite a nice earthy white, which, you know, might save me later on in the washes department. And that's me cracking open a drink. Oh no, That's me getting my secondary water pot. I have a bottle of water on my windowsill just in case. So I'm just faffing on with the fucking pallid witch flesh. I mean, seriously, it's, you know, I faff on a bit, like I said in my last video, to a chronic extent. You know, it's just ooh. So moving swiftly on, I'm making sure my brushes are free of corn red, and I'm cracking open some more pallid witch flesh, and this time it works. This time it probably works. I have to add a bit more because I added a bit more water, and some of it got on my hand because fucking brushes. So now I'm painting Roby-Wan Kenobi and the Purity Seals and all the other bits, like the bit on the book, some of the Librarius tomes, and it's just a case of going over what I've already base painted, well, layering in it. So what do I? Yes, I get the glue for the halberd, which I then stick on rather nicely. So there he is, cracking, sorted, all done. And that's me pretending to sniff the glue and realising that's bad. Now I crack open the drink. I don't care if it's 6 in the evening. So I'm inspecting it. I'm stopping, taking stock, and then I realise I'm gonna base it as well. Give you a treat. And so I get my shade brush. It's my old shade brush, and I basically just start lathering on the Agrellan Earth. And the way I base most of my minis that are sort of my custom chapters and regiments is what I call the Nerinian base, and that is a mixture of Typhus Corrosion and Agrellan Earth. And before the Agrellan Earth dries and starts cracking, I slather some Typhus Corrosion on there and give it a nice gritty, wastelandy type look. And yeah, it comes out looking really nice. And because I spray coated it with the base on, it still has that silvery bit. So I thought, fuck, I'm gonna have to do some magic here. So I get more corn red for some fucking reason, and I think this was the lenses. Oh no, this was the gun. I did the lenses earlier, and I paint the casing and the magazine of the wrist-mounted Stormbolter same corn red, and then I paint the blade on the halberd corn red. I know it's a Nemesis force weapon or a force weapon, and normally they're sort of blue, glowy blue type thing, but I'm going for my own regiment. They're going for quite a red, evil, well, not evil, but quite a fearsome, a more fearsome looking. Just blue is a bit too much of a calming colour for me, and yeah, so this is me waiting for most of it to dry. I just, I'm looking for a metallic paint that isn't Balthazar Gold, because my pot's gone bad. I think I pick out, Water Block Bronze. I was looking for Brass Scorpion, but I couldn't find it. So, crack open the Water Block Bronze, get me small base brush, and just start, getting a bit, thinning it down. And I literally just put a bit on the shells that are visible in the magazine, and a little bit on the some of the iconography on the front, just to make it look a bit grittier, because, if it's an Nerinian base, they're gonna be covered in shit. I think I've got a picture of me old, well, not me old, it's one of my more recent models, with a Deathwatch Venerable Dreadnought, which I did paint the whole thing silver. I painted the whole left arm silver with like the Power Fist and the Stormbolter or Heavy Flame, or whatever, I don't know what it is. But then I slather a load of Typhus Corrosion on it, because Narin is a Death World Nerinian, well, in my fluff it is anyway. And you can see me faffing around a little bit, because again, I had some cracking tunes on in the background. I'm cracking out the Null Oil, and at this point I decide, fuck it. And as you can see, the Null Oil is going everywhere. Fucking everywhere. And I decided, right, I'm just gonna, It looks the best, and as you can see, I keep putting my hand in my palette. Um, so I'm applying the washes, and I'm gonna let. I don't apply a lot, but I apply just enough for it to look pretty worn down and pretty, as worn down as a Space Marine can. And then I crack out the Agrax Earthshade with the same shade brush after washing it, of course. And I apply this to the robes, the Obi-Wan Kenobis, as you want to refer to them as. I'm quite fond of that saying. And then I put it over some of the seals and some of the other bits, and that's me celebrating. And yeah, it's me, taking a load off. Well, that's that sorted. That was Brother Captain Vendrick, my Grey Knight's brother captain. Just follow the steps. The main colours: corn red, Rhinox hide, lead belcher, preferably the lead belchers in the primer. Agrax Earthshade, Nuln Oil, Pallid Witch Flesh, Warplock Bronze. That's the list. If you want to, paint your Grey Knights, or paint up a model in a similar way, just do it. I don't have a fucking copyright on this shit. Anyway, my name is Arthur. I'll catch you later.